Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to teach you a very handy and very useful tool which is mobaXterm. This is basically to use for a remote access, just like a putty, but it is far more easier than the putty. This can be downloaded from internet. I have this link open here. I can put it in description later on. So you will find there are two versions. One is portable and one is installer edition. So I have downloaded this one, portable, so you don't have to install anything. And let me launch my mobaXterm instance. The first screen will appear in front of you is this one. We can change the theme lighter to darker. So there are two themes, light and dark. So you can choose whatever you want. I like the light one, so I am choosing this one. Let me start with introducing you um, the feature of local terminal. If I start a local terminal, that would launch me a terminal which would exactly look like a Linux terminal, so on your Windows machine. So it is a terminal, so you can run all those commands, like basic commands of Linux on your Windows machine, such that if I will do ll, so it will long list all the directories in current folder. And I want to go to desktop folder, so I would do cd desktop, hit enter, ll. So all these desktop content will be shown here. You can see this is my Windows desktop, and all these folders and files are appearing here on a terminal. So it is actually like a Linux terminal. Now, the thing I will demonstrate is how to connect to your AWS EC2 instance through mobaXterm. Here I have one instance of Linux machine running on AWS. So I'm going to connect with that. So click on connect and directly come to SSH client and simply copy this command, and we are going to paste this on on mobaXterm. But before that, you must have this key pair, the name which is mentioned here, that I have already downloaded during my VM launch. So I'm going to show you where I have placed it. So I have this one is here on desktop and key inside the key folder. So this is my key pair which I'm going to use to launch my which I'm going to use to log into my virtual machine. Okay, let's move to this path on mobaXterm terminal. So on desktop, this is the folder which contain the key pair. I'm going to move cd key ll. So you can see this one is here, the key pair is here. Move back to the AWS console, and I will show you another thing that have to take care of. So here you can see the instruction, like this key pair should have this permission. 400. So these so these are the Linux permissions, and how can we change these permissions in Windows? So here the mobaXterm comes in very handy way that we can use Linux commands to change that Windows permissions. So I'm going to demonstrate that one also. Let me run this command on this terminal. Chmod, so 400 VM. Before moving ahead, you can see the permission here. What are those permissions? And now you're going to see these are going to be changed after this command. Oops, there's a typo. Let me type again. Chmod 400 VM. Keep here. Hit enter. Now let's check again the permissions. So you can see the permissions are changed from this to this. Now the permission of file is 400. Now let me move back to the console and copy another command for login. This SSH command we can copy from here and simply paste it and hit enter. It's going to take some time to authenticate the key, so be patient and you will be logged in very shortly. So here you go. So I'm in the Linux EC2 machine. So let me walk you through some other options and functions of mobaXterm. I want to create session, and there are multiple options for sessions. SSH session for Linux and Unix kind of machines. We can do telnet, and we have RDP here for Windows. We have VNC. We can create FTP session, SFTP session, and there are a lot more options here in this version of mobaXterm. Whereas in putty there are only a few options available, so this is more heterogeneous and more advanced application than the putty. That's it for today's lecture. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching and have a nice day.